Hello. How's it going, everyone? My name is Mitchell Mander, and welcome to another live discussion of Pokemon Horizons. Today we'll be talking about episode 67, Liko vs. Roy, the finale of the Terrestrial debut arc. And yeah, I got a lot of thoughts going into this episode, so I'm hoping as many people show up as possible because in my opinion, this is the best episode of Horizons so far. The best battle, too, so... But before we get on to that, I just want to say, if you're someone that's new, you're kind of coming across this stream for the first time, or you're coming across the video after the stream ends. Here's kind of what we do here. Usually, first couple of minutes here is just to get kind of just an intro here. Intro, obviously, but to just let some people jump in to the chat. Just give it a couple minutes for people to show up. Then I give a summary of the episode. And then from there, we just go on and then talk about whatever. Maybe talk about the next episode or predictions for upcoming episodes in the next arc. So, yeah. Another thing I want to mention here is the music you hear in the background comes from a separate stream, Video Game Study Lounge. Lo-fi remixes of video game music, along with some originals here and there. Yeah. I listen to it whenever I'm working out, studying. I'm at work, I need something to distract me from the workday, so you should check it out sometime. It's pretty cool. Link in the description. But anywho, we got like 7 people here. What's up, y'all? Do me a favor and vote in the poll, and also hit that like button. Let's get this to, first goal will be 10 likes. We're going to aim high today. So if we hit 10, we're jumping right to 20. So, Young G, what's up? Best episode. Agreed. I'm surprised someone gave this an 8 or 7. But I guess to each their own. How are you doing today? How are you all doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. You can go ahead and give your thoughts in the chat. And then once I get done with the summary, obviously, I will catch back up on chat. Meanwhile, I'll just sit over here and vibe to the music. I was going in the episode not exactly expecting some Ash vs. Leon stuff. I mean, I don't think that that battle was like as good as Ash vs. Leon, but it was still a well-animated battle. And we got it for the majority of the episode, too, which was also cool. But again, I'll get into this when I get to my summary portion. Alright, we'll give it about another minute, and then I will go into my summary. Give me 1 second, I'm just going to share this stream somewhere. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. Now that I got it active on Discord, now people in there can also join too. Megastone X, what's up? How's it going? Welcome in. How are you doing today? Okay, in about 30-ish seconds, we're going to go ahead and start the summary portion of the stream. Of this amazing episode. If you want to go ahead and post your thoughts in the chat on what you thought about this episode, go right ahead. As for me, we're going to go ahead and begin the summary portion. So, Pokemon Horizons episode 67, Liko versus Roy. The episode starts off with actually Dot versus, I want to say Roy's doppelganger. Ends up winning. Didn't get to see the doppelganger terrestrialize their Pokemon, which I thought was interesting. Maybe they used it up earlier in the battle, who knows. But we move on to Liko versus Roy. And yeah, this pretty much took up the majority of the episode. I do like that mostly everyone's here. I think it's actually kind of funny that Iono actually missed out on the whole thing. She calls Dot afterwards, but yeah. And it's actually kind of nice because we have Liko versus Roy, and we got cheerleaders for both of them, which I thought was pretty funny. So obviously Liko has Katie, Rika, some of the members of the Elite Four. Obviously Roy has Hashel and Brassius, which Brassius, it was a major Roy stan in this episode, which I thought was kind of funny. Shows Roy's growth. But yeah, pretty much this battle was awesome. This was the culmination of Liko and Roy's journey up to this point, and it was very well done. It shows how much these two have grown, and they used flashbacks really well in this episode. It was really well executed. I like how the one theme and throughout this battle is Flame Charge versus Quick Attack, which I thought was really interesting. We start off with Floragato versus Fuecoco, and they seem to be evenly matched, but I want to say the noteworthy thing here is Floragato actually grabs onto Fuecoco. Fuecoco uses Flame Charge to kind of run around. It spins around. Eventually Floragato gains control and slams it on the ground. So Roy recalls Fuecoco, brings out Kilowattrel. Kilowattrel manages to paralyze Floragato. I like how Floragato used its vine to latch on to Kilowattrel's talons, which for those that predicted that, congratulations, you predicted the future pretty well. You're a great prognosticator. But anyways, Floragato is unfortunately paralyzed, so it seems like Liko's in a little bit of a bind, so she takes out Heteram. And it doesn't actually do a whole lot here. It manages to get Kilowattrel, but eventually Kilowattrel breaks free and ends up taking out Heteram. However, Heteram, even though, so I have to say, the one thing that I do like that this episode did was that the secondary Pokemon were actually shown off pretty decently. Kilowattrel got the W here, but Heteram, it was at least useful. In that it had, we got its ability revealed here. It knows Healer, or it has Healer, so it ends up healing Floragato's paralysis, which I thought was interesting. So this to me is kind of how, even though they didn't get a whole lot of screen time, I think the two secondary Pokemon were utilized better in this episode. So hopefully this is a good sign that a good sign for things to come for these two. So that's good. Oh yeah, by the way, before I get any further, I will say Arven was in the episode. Didn't do anything but just watch the battle, but at least he exists. But more on that later. So Floragato comes back out, and I thought it was kind of funny because Liko was about to use the same exact strategy that she used earlier, but she catches herself halfway and it kind of throws Floragato off, but it ends up actually working in their favor, and they catch Kilowattrel off guard, and they manage to take it out with quick attack. So, rip a burb, at least you got a W finally. Anyways, we get into pretty much the main meat of the battle here, as Fuecoco is brought back out. Floragato ends up learning Sucker Punch too during this exchange as well, which I thought was neat. So Floragato got a new move, so that's cool. But that's not all. They end up Roy basically brings out his new song with Fuecoco, and they get the whole crowd pumped up for that. So the whole crowd is cheering for them, which I thought was really neat, and it leads to Fuecoco finally evolving, which was great. It was a great moment, honestly. Also, I want to mention that there were some really neat strategies used between these two, which shows their growth. One of the flashbacks actually points out to them just spamming Leafage and Ember way back, I think episode 7, I want to say. So we get to see how much stronger their attacks are now with Magical Leaf and Flamethrower. And I did like the moment where Liko actually used Magical Leaf on the ground to basically avoid fall damage. Showing some neat strategies here. But anyways, back to where I was. Since Crocodile actually evolved here, they decide to go all out and they terrestrialize their Pokemon. And they're still, again, emphasizing, both the Magical Leaf and the Flamethrower, but then they also do Flame Charge versus Quick Attack. And they end up colliding. Unfortunately for Liko, I guess maybe thanks to Fuecoco evolving, it gained new strength, which allowed Roy to actually win the battle, finally getting a solid W against Liko and winning. So yeah, Roy defeated Liko. Despite that, it was still a very good battle, and they're pretty much almost even. And I also like the fact that they were cheering each other on, and they realized with each other they can reach further heights, which was emphasized here. You just see how much stronger they've gotten, and this arc really did wonders for them in their development, and their Pokemon getting a lot stronger. So with the battle wrapped up, everybody's congratulating them, even though Liko lost. I like how Katie actually is like, hey, good job out there, Grusha's like, you may have lost, but hey, you've shown yourself in battle. So if you ever want to visit me, come visit me and stuff. Roy ends up talking with Rhyme and Brassius and stuff, and Hashel's actually getting all emotional too, crying in the stands and after the battle, which I thought that was funny. Nimona was cheering on Roy and actually, sees the potential in him. I like that Penny actually discovered that Dot is Nido thing, which I thought was really funny. How she just discovered that. Also, Poppy going up to Dot and congratulating her too was pretty nice as well. Trying to think what else. Also, another thing that was really neat here is that Gita actually thinks that Liko has potential to compete in their Pokemon League, and actually invites her to actually try that out if she's interested. So, are we actually going to get Liko challenging the league? Personally, I think that that's not going to happen in the series. I think that might be something that she does after the story concludes. That actually might be something that she decides to pursue. I don't know what's going to happen, but I thought that was kind of neat. So, yeah, the Terrestrial course is all done. They've all passed. And so, yeah, everything's wrapping up here. And we're probably going to be departing from Paldea in episode 68. However, we're not quite done. I like the moment where Sango and Onyx are kind of hanging out on the hill. And Sango eats a sandwich, and Onyx eats an onigi, or rice ball, or whatever you want to call it. I thought that was kind of a nice nod to their fake names. But this was a surprising thing. We got a little bit more plot here with the explorers here because Spinel and Agate were talking because Agate got that data from the school, obviously, so they were successful in this regard. Interesting thing, it seems like Hamber might be on to Spinel, and because he thinks that he's suspicious, which I thought was pretty interesting. So wondering if the butler is going to be on Amethio's side at some point. But yeah, it seems like they're withholding this data from Gibeon, and yeah, they stole that from the school and they're not telling Gibeon, which I find to be very interesting. So is the butler going to end up exposing the explorers at some point? Like, what's going to happen? This is actually really interesting because, yeah, it's pretty clear that Agate is in with Spinel, and they're probably going to end up betraying or try to take over the explorers, which I find to be interesting. So, yeah. Going into the Rayquaza Rising arc with a lot of interesting developments. So, yeah. And oh my gosh, am I looking at this correctly, or do I see 25 people here? Oh my gosh. What's up, y'all? This is the most people I've ever had in a stream. So, this is a 10 out of 10 episode. This was a fantastic episode, dudes. Guys and gals. Everyone. So, 10 out of 10 episode. The one and only nitpick I have for this episode is that Arven didn't speak. But that being said, I don't think he just showed up here just to be like, oh, well, he exists in the game, so we got to just show him off here before we never go back to Paldea again. Oh, he's definitely going to play a role later on. They're just saving it up. They just had him kind of just show up here just to, acknowledge him. A little disappointing that he kind of said nothing. But, hey, I'm not expecting him to, not follow this up. I'm expecting him to show up at some point and be involved. Maybe when we go to Area 0 later on, because obviously Spinel and Agate have that information now, so they're going to try to do something in the future. So we're going to Kitakami, but we'll be back to Paldea eventually once we get the other heroes rounded up. I imagine we'll probably go to Blueberry Academy or something. And then, yeah, probably go right back to Paldea. I think that this is their way, because a lot of people are saying Cleavor is going to be found in Kitakami, so this might be their way of getting around not going to Sinnoh, which might be a little disappointing, but hey, what are you going to do? But yeah, this was a fantastic episode. My only nitpick was that Arven didn't speak, but if he plays a major role later on, that won't be a problem. I'll probably, I'll just announce this. I'm probably going to end up doing, I'll be doing a arc review probably for the Terrestrial debut, probably before Rayquaza Rising comes out. Sometime in the next 2 weeks or something like that, I'll probably get that out. So, just an FYI. But this was a satisfactory end to this arc. Very satisfying. 10 out of 10 episode. Really shows that Liko and Roy have gotten so much stronger. We saw it in the previous episode with them beating the Explorers. But this just shows that, they can strategize now. Their Pokemon are way stronger than they were before this arc started. They've improved a great deal. They got the respect of gym leaders and the Elite Four in Paldea. So, yeah. And also they're the heroes of the school. That's another thing. Penny kind of spread that around. So everybody thinks of them as being heroes of the school, which I thought was pretty neat. So, yeah. 10 out of 10 episode. It's probably my favorite episode of Horizons. And that's saying a lot, because episodes 18, 44, and 45 were, right up there, too. But this, to me, was a better representation of how far these two have come. So, I'm satisfied with the episode. I think the secondary Pokemon were utilized actually better than they've ever been utilized so far in, battles or whatever, despite the fact that Heteran hasn't battled a whole lot. But this is good. This is really good. It gives me hope that the end of all these, the remaining arcs are going to be like as good or even better than this. So, yeah, I'm happy with this episode and this outcome. So, I'm going to get caught back up in the chat. So, we have Vanessa. Hey, what's going on? Looks like you typed in Spanish. Fortunately, I'm not fluent in Spanish, so my apologies if I can't read your comment out. I've been cheering for Roy ever since the episode name was revealed. And like that, I was right. The entire scene with the cheering and singing and evolution was just so peak. I agree. That was great. Pocket Monster, Liko and Roy's Adventures OST. Best episode of Horizons ever. 11 out of 10. It was great. Here's Crocodile's win rate. 8 wins and 8 losses. So it's 50-50 so far. Maybe we'll start getting more W's now. Accurate enough. We got Crocodile. How's it going, Sharon? How's it going, Super Plush Productions? Kilowattrel finally got a win. Yes. At least Kilowattrel got a win. Headroom's ability was revealed to be healer. Yep. Yeah, I'm so proud of my burb. TNT Dynamite, what's up? It is possible for them to be participating in the Pokemon Leagues. In the beginning, it was hinted that Penny shared the news of the trio saving the school, so the news might have been shared across regions. That's kind of interesting. Siasm, what's up? How you doing? OLM did it again. They did indeed. They can nail these final episodes. Next episode, Crocodile almost eats a Tsurugi. Yuri. Except he won't. Liko and Roy looking badass at the end of the fight. Yeah. There were some really good shots at the end of the fight. I think Coral, Tongo, Glalie, Terra-type might be water. That would actually, turn the tides. Roy got a win, which was nice. Yeah, he actually got a win against Liko, fair and square. I love the frames of the terrestrialization scene, one of the best from anipoke. I know, it was really good, especially when they threw the ball, too. It was really stylized, really good, and animated really well. I hope Hatteram gets a centered episode one day. I want to see her get stronger, but again, the way she used her ability healer to heal Floragato from the paralysis was heroic. See, at first I was a little bummed out that it went down so easily, but then when that happened, that kind of made up for it, because it's just a new reveal for the character. So, I wasn't too upset about it. Plus, we got a Kilowattrel W, and he desperately needed that W. I want Dot to battle Penny. Me too. Maybe later before we go to Area 0, maybe they'll have a battle. Yo, what's up, Thomas? The fact that we saw Arvin means we're going back to Paldea again. Thank you for pointing that out. I've seen some people... I saw someone... I'm not going to name who it was, but I saw someone in Discord mention that they're expecting... Arvin to just show up and then never show up again after this. I'm like, I don't think that's going to be the case. Considering how popular he is, and he's, in my opinion, the best character in the game, it would be a shame if he just showed up just for the sake of things. So, I believe that he'll play a bigger role, especially when we go to Area 0 later on. We know that's going to happen. The Explorers got the information from the school, so we're definitely going there. They're going to be up to something down there. Maybe Tulip and Kofu will play a bigger role next time. I really hope so. They kind of just showed up in this arc for that one episode, and that was kind of a little underwhelming, so hopefully they play a bigger role down the road, but we'll see. I had 25 people here, but I have 18 people here, and this is amazing, guys. Not to shill here, but since I got so many of you here, if you could hit that like button, I would definitely appreciate it. It helps the channel. Let's try to get the 10 likes. Well, we got like one more for 10, so we're going to try to shoot for 20 today. Get as many likes up in here as possible, yo. Liko trusts Anne with Terrapagos more than Dot. Considering the spy rumors, I wouldn't. Okay, so I just want to address that really quickly. I think based off the fact that Anne didn't really communicate with the explorers or anything, I've come to the conclusion that Anne is not part of the explorers unless something gets revealed later on. I feel like this was the opportunity to do it, so I just get the feeling that she's not part of the explorers. So that theory is almost officially dead, I'll say. Unless something changes in the next arc or two. Yeah. I do have some thoughts about Anne, but I will save that for I'll save that for later. I do think Anne should have had not like a bigger role, but more presence in this arc, but that's just me. The next arc, we will have 3 Pichus playing with Captain Pikachu. Yeah, I saw that. Super Saiyan. Darmanitan. What's up? Let's see, you remove your message, but you're here at least, so how's it going? We will see Arven again with Mabostiff. Yeah, we didn't see Mabostiff at all, so maybe that Mabostiff was actually Arven all along. We just didn't know it. Roy battles Arven. Maybe Kofu will help develop Coral Songo with Terrestrialization. I feel like I would prefer Liko to battle Arven personally. Kind of like how Roy and Nemona have are rivals. I feel like Liko and Arven would work really well too. Onigi eating a jelly donut. I get it. It was so weird. Wouldn't it make more sense to eat an actual onigi? Huge fumble from the writer. Shake my head. I know, right? Dang. Brock would be disappointed. Paldea is Liko's home region, and there is a possibility of an Area Zero arc when the trio gets stronger, so Arven will be part of that story. I wonder which 2 gym leaders and battled in this arc. Yeah, we never know. We didn't see her participate in the Elite Four battle. She did participate in this battle tournament though. But yeah, an Area Zero arc is pretty much all but guaranteed. I mean, it was probably going to happen considering it's kind of a big deal in the games, but like the fact that the Spinel and Agate have this information, it tells me that they're going to try and do something with Area Zero. Unravel something with Terrapagos. And that might lead us to Rakua finally. There was no Kingambit versus Palmont battle. Maybe next time in Paldea. Maybe before we go to Area Zero. Maybe Gita decides to test the kids or something. Who knows? I don't know. We will see the Blueberry Academy Elite Four. Maybe. I kind of forgot about them, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, what's up, Kaiwan? What a great episode. I agree. It was fantastic. Area Zero arc with the Paradox Pokemon. The Bike Legendaries. Oh, yeah. I'm wondering how they're going to be incorporated into the story, though. That's the only thing that I'm a little bit like, how are they going to do this? Because Terrapagos is kind of the main plot going into Area Zero, so how is like the other 2 going to be involved? And what about the professors, too? That's where things are going to get kind of interesting. Arven would do better being friends with Liko because both of their storylines revolve around feelings. Exactly. And I feel like they could do something neat with her and Arven. Definitely a 10 out of 10 episode for Roy. Roy fans, unite. Who gave the episode an 8 and why? I don't know. Someone decided to do that right at the beginning, too. Like, a bold move considering this is unanimously, like, considered, like, a really good episode. Floragato getting a new move is good. At least she has a full move set. Yep, I agree. And it's a good move, too. Sucker Punch. Awesome. Yo, Pokefan, what's up? You are good. We have a lot of people in here today. As expected. I was expecting this one to be big. This is one of those bigger episodes. Oh yeah, I want to hear your thoughts about this one, because oh boy, what a fantastic episode, y'all. Like I said, I don't know about next week, but sometime within the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna try to make a video on my review for the Terrestrial debut course arc. Terrestrial debut arc. And yeah, as a whole. So, man, thank you for the emotes, by the way. Yeah, Sucker Punch was a good move. New move she learned. Exactly. Yeah, Dark type. That's good. More diversity to her moveset. I like it. Let's keep it up. You know, and I failed to mention this during the summary portion, but it's the battle was a nice parallel too. Like, I like that in episode 45, Fuecoco learned a new move being Flame Charge, and then Sprigatito evolved into Floragato, right? Well, and then we turn around to this final episode in this arc, we get Floragato learning a new move, Sucker Punch, which is a really good one. And then Fuecoco evolves. See? Neat parallel. So, wonder if they're going to do the same for Arc 4 and Arc 5's endings. What if we get, you know, Sprigatito, Floragato evolving, or Crocodile learning a new move, and then vice versa. I don't know if they're going to do the same exact thing. I just thought it was pretty neat that they had this parallel here between these, the final episode of Arc 2 and the final episode of Arc 3. Waxwell is not using a full move set. Well, maybe he'll learn a new move soon. Hopefully. This was an amazing episode, bro. I hadn't actually smiled and felt so happy watching Pokemon in a long while. Like, man, this was just pure good hype and action. I agree. I was actually quite satisfied with this episode. Honestly, the last few episodes have been, like, great, in my opinion. This has been a great ending to this arc. So, I'm pretty satisfied. Who didn't give this episode a 10 or 9? I don't know. They're just probably being quiet. They're probably one of the lurkers. They're just like, oh. Little do they know that I voted 8-7. I mean, you know, to each their own, I suppose. I'm not going to judge people. Quaxwell and Dot need to get out more. Agreed. Dot has really opened up a lot, so I just think that she needs to train her Pokemon a little bit more. But hey, look, she had an evolution. She's getting another evolution here soon, so it's all good for now. Liko got Terra Access and a new move, and Roy got a W and an evolution. I know! Even though Liko did lose here, it was still a really close battle. You could even argue that if Fuecoco didn't evolve, there's a chance that Liko could have won. I kind of feel like with that evolution, Roy kind of had to win. I know, like, you know, evolution doesn't, you know, mean you're instantly going to win, but it would have been a little bit unsatisfactory if Roy just, like, lost after getting that evolution, and especially in the manner that it evolved too. So yeah, I think that was executed perfectly. Priority is also always useful. End of arc 4, Floragato evolves, Crocodile gets a new move. We'll see what happens. I just thought it was a neat little comparison to the end of arc 2. I wonder if Floragato's quick attack will become Trailblaze. Less likely, but it would be interesting compared to Flame Charge. Agreed. I did like the emphasis that quick attack and Flame Charge were used throughout the battle, and I liked that it was basically the end of the battle too. They started the battle with it and ended the battle with it, which is kind of neat. The beam struggle wasn't it either, so. I think Floragato should get rid of Quick Attack, maybe Shadow Claw, maybe someday. I think Quick Attack is kind of a, it's still kind of a useful move for Floragato, at least for now. 4% out there somewhere. They're there somewhere. Liko's grandma coming back next arc. I did notice that. We'll get into that once I get through the chat here. We'll talk about that. I tell you, the people who are hating on Liko and saying she didn't do enough and lost really don't get the point of this battle. If it was a school thing for fun to begin with, and second, she's definitely not weak. I agree, and I think the thing about it is, like, even though she lost quite a bit this arc, she ain't weak. Like, look at, like, if you compare her to the beginning versus now, she ain't weak. She can strategize better. She was pressuring Amethio a couple episodes ago. She literally beat Onyx, an admin for the Explorers. So, yeah, she ain't weak. Both Liko, Roy, and then I guess Dot, too. Can't forget Dot. They've all gotten stronger this arc. They may have lost here and there, but they are not weak by any means anymore. They are a lot more formidable. In fact, Dot got a W at the beginning of this episode. Against Roy's doppelganger, of all people, though. Roy had the type advantage, that is true. Like I said, there's an argument that Fuecoco might have lost to Floragato in that final clash. But it evolving probably kind of pushed it over the edge a little bit and made it stronger. Roy getting stronger. Quaxwell needs to get rid of Pound already. Yeah, it's kind of a useless move at this point, so here's to hoping that Quaxwell learns a new move or two. Arc 4. Liko sees Lucian in the Mirage. Lucius. That can't speak. Lucius. Some people pointed out that it almost doesn't look like Lucius. It almost looks like a different person. I kind of got to look at it a little bit closer. It could be Lucius still, but we'll see. I would assume it is, but I don't know. Maybe we'll start to see more than just Lucius. She's showing progress. Yep. Roy had such a confident but almost presence after the battle when Liko comforted Floragato and looked up at Roy. Yeah, it really had some Ash vibes going there. In a good way. The three of them are getting stronger. Honestly, Killa and Hatteram were great this episode. The fact that Hatteram actually sacrificed herself to heal Flora was downright a gamer move. Yeah, honestly, yeah. What's up, Vanessa? Zera and Konya should come back. I'm pretty sure they will. considering what happened to Matthew. I get the feeling they're going to leave the Explorers with him. Because they've kind of shown that they're loyal to him, so maybe they'll get some more screen time coming up and get some actual importance. Who knows? Confident and calm. Tink needs to get a focus episode before the evolution episode. Agreed. Okay. Alright, everyone. So we've pretty much talked about this episode. It's a fantastic episode. However, let's talk about what's coming next. So with episode 68, we're obviously facing off against the hero Pokemon, and we're setting off from Paldea. We're leaving Paldea, and we're probably going to Kitakami. Like, that's probably where we're heading. So, what are your thoughts about the preview, the upcoming arc, anything in general regarding it? One thing that I thought was pretty nice in the preview is that Charizard and Crocodile are hugging. It's a really wholesome moment just because it's like, wow, you know, Fuecoco really looked up to Charizard, and now it's evolved. It's so much stronger. And Charizard just over here, like, proud of his son and how far he's come. So that's going to be real. It just looked like a really nice moment. So I have a lot of high hopes going into this arc because it's basically, you know, we're going back out. We're kind of resuming the series from, you know, where we originally started with us on the Bravasagi and traveling around the world and stuff, looking for the heroes. So, we're going to be probably heading our way to Kitakami. I'm really curious to see what leads us there exactly. Is Briar going to show up in episode 68 and kind of point us in that direction, or is Clavel going to mention something? They're going to get some intel from Gita or Clavel or something, and that's what leads us to go to Kitakami. That's what I'm curious about. Or did they just hear, oh, by the way, Cleavor was spotted in the woods over in Kitakami, so you might want to go check that out. So I'm very curious to see how we go from, you know, this episode to the next episode, which obviously, again, we don't have an episode airing next week. We're on break, so 2 weeks from now. But I'm really interested to see what happens here. Also, the training with the heroes is going to be pretty neat too. I'm glad Arvin showed up, even though bro obviously had throat surgery. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. But, again, I said earlier, it's a nitpick for the episode for me, but it won't be a problem to me if he has importance later on in the series, which I assume he will. He didn't just show up here just to say nothing. So yeah. Preview was epic. There will probably be an episode where they just walk around and explore Kitakami. That would actually be a good intro episode. It's kind of a, you know, not super plot heavy, but we just get introduced to Kitakami, the area, the Pokemon, some of the characters and stuff. I am personally waiting for Carmen, because I want to see her overwhelming personality and it clash with Liko's. That is going to be entertaining. I can see her getting like super frustrated with Liko and stuff. And eventually they become friends or whatever. Liko wears an Eevee mask. Roy wears a Pikachu mask. Oh, hey. Reference to Let's Go. Season 4 looking hype. I'm glad we're going to Kitakami and seeing the Rising Tackler crew all together again was wholesome. I know not everyone wants them back, but I don't care. They're family. See, I don't really I understand why people were kind of getting bored of that format beforehand, but this arc, in my opinion, you know, was really necessary for us to kind of move forward with that format. And I like the Rising Bolt Tacklers personally. I know people don't like them. They don't like the fact that adults have a major presence in the series. But, like, we got this arc. Liko and Roy and Dot have all proven themselves to be pretty capable in battle now. So I think the problems that we had prior to this arc are going to subside, and they're going to be taking charge. Like, I do expect Freed to jump in here and there, especially if things get a little dicey. But yeah, I'm expecting that to not happen as often as it used to, now that we got stronger trainers now. Alright, the training arc worked out. Skeledirge versus Charizard battle needs to happen. That would be interesting. I would like to see that towards the end of the series, where it just proves itself and its strength, and maybe it ends up winning. Wouldn't that be crazy? If Skeledirge actually defeats Charizard, it would be such a passing of the torch moment. Oh my gosh, I would love that. And then Freed's like, yep, you don't need my help anymore. You have officially surpassed my Pokemon. That would be crazy. I'm excited for the Generation 10 anime. Well, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We still got a little while before that comes to be. I'm hoping the starters don't hog the training with the heroes. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of expecting that at this point. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that this battle gave me hope that the secondary Pokemon can actually, you know, be utilized more in the future. So hopefully that ends up being the case. The training with the heroes will be epic. Yeah, I'm very curious about it. It's the opening for an arc. So usually the openings for the arc and the endings are usually good, so I guess we'll see how the training goes. Carmen battles Liko should happen. Yeah, I want to say Liko versus Carmen. Or Roy versus Carmen. We'll see. I guess we'll see what route they take. Yeah, they might just split up the training episodes. Maybe. We don't really know anything beyond episode 68 at the moment, so I believe we probably should be getting some more info maybe next week. At the latest, the week after. So we'll know soon enough. The only reason Arven appeared in this episode was for the writers to tell us, relax, we haven't forgotten about him. We are cooking something with Arven in the future. Agreed. Arven did not need to speak. It wasn't the point. Yeah, he wasn't relevant, really, this arc at all. Nimona and Penny kind of, you know, didn't get as much shine as I was hoping they would get. But, it's pretty clear that he's going to be important later on. Especially when we go to Area 0. Maybe 2v2 battle with Freed versus Roy. That'd be cool. I just think the Skeledirge versus Charizard would probably be more fitting. But who knows. One thing I can't wait to see regarding the Kitakami is the Crystal Pool lore, since it's such an important part of terrestrial history. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do. That's where the Mirage takes place too, so I kind of figured that they'd probably go there at some point. An episode where they learn about where the Terra Crystals come from. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yo, what's up, Devin? I just talked to you last night. It's so weird how Fuecoco evolved last, even though he's supposed to be the battle dude. It's so strange. It is kind of weird, considering he had probably the most development. He racked up a ton of moves before evolving, and definitely was deserving of that evolution. But hey, it evolved, so it was actually a pretty good evolution, though. And look, Roy won as a result, so and that's just a cherry on top at that point. I'm kind of sad Dot switched back to her OG outfit. That was showing some growth, since the character design change usually signals growth. Honestly, I was kind of expecting her to go back to her traditional clothes, because she's no longer at the academy now. So I'm not too surprised by that, but yeah, I see what you mean. Maybe they see Sada and Turo by the crystal pool in the mirage form. In a mirage form. That's I'll put a big maybe to that, just because I don't know. I almost feel like if Arvin were there, maybe he'd be the one to see them. I think with Terapagos, we're kind of focusing on probably Lucius or whoever that is in that mirage, if that's not Lucius. By the way, 31 votes. What the heck? Vast majority 10-9. Awesome. Thank you. Also, just to show again, if you haven't already, hit that like button. I would definitely appreciate it. It helps the channel and pushes the videos out further. Maybe we can get some more people up in here. So yeah. Try to get to, if we can't get to 20 likes, we can try at least 15, but oh my gosh, who is texting me? I go away and I have like 10 plus text messages. Okay. Anyways. I want Freed to own a Dragapult. It suits his pilot theme. That could work. I just don't know if they're gonna have like Freed or the other adults catch any Pokemon. Honestly, one thing that's been on my mind is what could we get capture wise. Like, there's so much possibility for really almost anything. It's kind of hard to say. Do you think that Liko, Roy, and Dot are going to catch a Pokemon in Kitakami? If so, which one do you think? I know, but besides the obvious, I've seen people say that Liko's gonna get Hisuian and Growlithe. So, outside of that, do you have any other predictions? We can also talk about Liko's grandmother. Yeah, I'll talk about that really briefly here. She is in the preview, in the Arc 4 preview, which I thought was kind of interesting, which means we're going to be reuniting with Liko's grandma at some point. So that is kind of interesting. Are we going to be heading back to Galar for a little bit and picking her up? Or is she going to come to Liko and the others? Who knows? Also, what's up? I'll let you do your thing. Okay. 31 votes, but 12 people get in. Everyone? Yeah, exactly. Spread the word. Let's get as many people up in here as possible, yo. 34 votes, by the way. Alright, come on. We got 2 more likes to 15. We're getting there. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what's going on with like how Diane's gonna get to Liko and the others. I'm curious, but I do think Kitakami is gonna be the main focus in this upcoming arc. I will say I am satisfied with Paldea so far. I do want to see a little bit more when we go back. Obviously, Area 0, but there's a few characters that I was kind of hoping would show up in the arc that didn't, so we'll see. Amethio should have Aegislash or Gallade. Aegislash would be kind of interesting, or Gallade, yeah. Maybe he'll capture another Pokemon, who knows. Rematch between Liko and her grandmother. Yeah, that would actually be neat. She's going to see how much Liko's improved since the last time she's seen her. So that's actually going to be cool. I can't wait to see that. Rip Som. I'm sorry, Thomas. Maybe someday. I'm very happy with how this stream's going. Got a decent crowd here. We're just hanging out, chilling, talking about Horizons. And what is arguably the best episode of I'd say the best episode of Horizons. For sure. Only 2 more likes to go to 15. Amethio with the night Pokemon theme. Yep. Alright. So, yeah, I'm very intrigued with how Kitakami is going to go. I don't know how long, I don't know if we're going to be there the entire time in Arc 4, or if we're going to be there like half the time, because we're probably going to be heading there. So the first few episodes, first episode or 2 or whatever, is probably going to be on the airship, like we've done in the past. This is one of the top episodes of the series. I'd say it's probably the top episode so far. They managed to outdo episode 45 for me. And I felt like that was going to be a high bar to top. I want Kieran to battle Roy. Whenever they decide to introduce him to the series, I could see him and Roy being... I can see, like, taking the dynamic from the game and kind of, like, having it be Roy versus him. And maybe he gets, like, jealous of Roy or something. Or gets frustrated or something. And he ends up, like, losing the Roy. They don't have to do exactly what... obviously, they're not going to do exactly what they did in the games with the characters, but they could do something similar. I could see them going that route slightly. They could actually make it better than the game, honestly. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I think YouTube was having a moment there. By the way, you want to say hi to everyone?
Hi.
Matt is here to say hi. So if you want to say hi to Matt, here's your opportunity, as YouTube has given me some error messages. I guess I had 2. So many people showed up, it crashed the system.
Alright.
Let's see. Sharon says hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Everybody's saying hi, and
Yes. I say hi back.
yeah,
I believe that's the way it goes.
yeah, it's usually the way it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't do, you're kind of a jerk, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, just chilling, having a good stream here, so hope you're having a good day.
My day's more or less just started.
You're good.
Yeah, we'll see how I feel after I eat these blueberries.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll let you get to that. Anyways, an episode focusing on Carmen's brother and his issues and Roy trying to help him. See, I think they could do that. I think this episode really, I will say regarding this episode, it really emphasized that Roy and Liko really work off of each other really well. Even though Liko's kind of emphasized as the main protagonist, I feel like Roy was kind of emphasized here as being like equally important. Maybe not so much plot-wise, but like strength-wise, he really drives her to, become stronger too. So maybe if they want Roy to have a little bit more importance, maybe like have that whole thing with Kieran and kind of have that him be involved in that and stuff. I want Roy to catch a Wimpod and involve in the Gliscopod. That would be an interesting choice. The only thing is, I don't think I get the feeling like I just get the feeling we're probably not heading to Alola, so we'd have to capture it somewhere else. I think I've come to the conclusion that we're not going to every single region, which I'm actually fine with that. We started in Kanto, and I'm glad we didn't spend a whole lot of time there because we've got enough of Kanto in our lives. So But we went to Paldea for a little bit. Then we had a decent arc in Galar, and then we've been in Paldea basically since like episode 34, I want to say. So over 30 episodes. So I imagine we'll be doing Kitakami for a bit, and maybe Blueberry Academy, and I don't know about how we're gonna get Entei though. Maybe Johto, I don't know. Maybe go back to Kanto. Who knows? I get the feeling we're gonna only go to like select regions now in this series. Well, my YouTube notifications went off, and I just got an angry comment about how I'm too optimistic, and I should be ashamed of myself for being proud of Liko and Roy because Roy didn't earn that W. What? Who is this? Why are they saying that? I'm not even responding to that nonsense. I'm just so tired of this fandom. I'm like, yeah. I shouldn't be ashamed of yourself. So should I be ashamed of myself for feeling that this was a great episode and this was a great battle? Dang. I guess I'm wrong again. Yeah, I ignore those people. I don't mind debates and being like, hey, I didn't like this, or hey, I like this, or stuff like that. That's fine. As long as you can have a healthy debate, it's all good. But, like, if you're toxic about it, nah. That's when it's not fun. What is Carmen's story in the DLC? I haven't... this was about a year ago now, actually, because I want to say Kitakami was about a year ago. It's been a minute since I played that storyline. I want to say she kind of came off a little bit angsty and kind of didn't really care for the player character, but I want to say that was kind of like the main thing in Kitakami, but then after a while she becomes kind of worried about the trio Pokemon and Ogerpon and Kieran, her brother. That kind of becomes like her whole thing later on, because she starts to become more concerned about Kieran, because he kind of just slowly becomes edgier and edgier and starts isolating himself from her. So that then we go to Blueberry Academy. She's like all worried about him. Kieran was the one that got more development. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more from Carmen, but yeah. Like I said, I haven't played... That was a year ago, so my memories of that are a little rusty. I'll have to go back. I have a whole playthrough of that, by the way, if you want to check that out. But, yeah, that's just my recollections from that. It was okay. It's some negative person who goes around on anipoke videos and comments negatively 24/7, and they're always mean. You know, if you want to go ahead and maybe get a screenshot of that, and maybe you can throw it in Discord, because I might be on the I might look out for that person. I know we had someone here a little bit ago that was a little bit of a negative Nancy, and that's putting it lightly. How do you feel about Tinkatink? I don't hate Tinkatink. I just I'm hoping it gets like something soon. Maybe like development. It did get a little bit in episode 66. It tried to contribute. It destroyed that one PC, but ultimately Agate got her way. She was able to download that stuff, but yeah. I'm hoping maybe we get like a development episode for it, and then it evolves. Obviously, we know that evolution is coming soon, so there'll probably be a focus episode with it, and that'll probably be like, I'll be like, okay, it's evolving. I just think it was funny because, like, with the starters, there was an episode where, like, literally for Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley, there was an episode where we all thought they were going to evolve. They don't evolve, And then the next opportunity, they end up evolving, so who knows. I just feel like it'll be like Kilowattrel and Hatterene. They'll get like a focus episode, and they'll evolve. Granted, Hatterene or Hatenna wasn't the main focus of episode 53, but still, it did quite a bit in the episode still. It was just a crazy plot line. I'll do it after stream. Okay. You good. Okay. Well, guys, I gotta go to the bathroom really quickly. I'll be right back, so I'll just say this one more time. If you want to go ahead and hit that like button, get us up to like 15 likes or even 20. That'd be cool. If you've already liked, you've already done your part. And also vote if you haven't. Because we currently have, let me check, 34 votes still. Quite a bit of votes. So that's cool. Anywho, guys, I gotta go pee. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've returned. Did you miss me? I think YouTube removed my comment about the Carmen plotline because I said she was against non-Kitakami outsiders. Not like I said anything bad. What? Really? That's definitely a choice that YouTube made there. That's for sure. That is very interesting. I don't know why they would do that. Unless there's something crazy that happened in Kitakami and we just didn't know about it, but YouTube has the deets on it. They know something we don't. Man, I'm just getting text after text. Why does this happen when I'm streaming and stuff? YouTube is weird with that, with what you can type on stream. I know. It's strange. Okay, well, probably because I had said racist in the... Oh, oops, I said that out loud. Probably shouldn't have said that. Oops. In the quotes. R word in the quotes. I see. That could be why. They probably took it seriously. Yeah, I slipped up there. I forgot YouTube doesn't like that word. Even though there's certain contexts that you can use it. And I also think you should be able to call out behavior that is R word, if you know what I mean. Sometimes you kind of have to say it, because if someone's clearly being like that, then yeah. But obviously this stream's not meant for that type of commentary, so I'll probably refrain from that. But yeah. No worries, y'all. Just be kind to one another. That's the bottom line. And if you have an issue, try to resolve it peacefully. And if you can't, then at that point, just block each other. Long story short, she had a mini arc in DLC 1 being against the player based on the region alone. That is true. I remember that now. By the way, we only need one more like to 15. Can we do it? Can we do it, y'all? Got some chill Zelda music in the background as we talk about Pokemon Horizons. By the way, I just found a tweet that basically I'm gonna post to the anipoke page here after the stream ends, and it basically encapsulates what I feel about Horizons and why I think it is a solid series that people, even if you've you're a fan of the prior iteration of the Pokemon anime, you should definitely give Horizons a fair shot. So I'll post that later. Okay, well, it seems like things are starting to wind down a little bit here. It looks like we've only got a couple people left now. So, oh yeah, last night I got 3DS games working on my Steam Deck. Nice! That's awesome, dude. But yeah, we got a couple people here still, so I know we've been streaming for a little over an hour now, which, oh my gosh, where does the time go? Every time I do these streams, when I have so many people here, I just lose track of time. So took a bit of trial and error. Gotcha. So, is there anything else you guys want to chit chat about here while we're still live? If there's anything that you think of later, you can also post it in the comment section. Just saying. We were so close to 15 likes. Just one more. You know? Hey, look guys, we got a Pokemon song in the background now. Goldenrod City? Yes. And this is a good, piano remix for it. Listen to the piano for this. Jeff, if you're listening, I think you'd like this. Really nice, isn't it? Gotta love it. Oh my gosh, we hit 15 likes. Thank you so much, everyone. Was hoping to aim for 20 likes, but hey, I will take 15 likes. You did good, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for the supports. And also, if you haven't voted already, go vote in the poll while it's still up. I hope we get a good dot battle in the new episode. I hope it actually goes really well, since they're all going up against a different hero Pokemon. I hope each of them have a good focus battle with them. I don't know if it's just going to be just this episode or if it's going to split into a second episode. I guess that's to be seen, but either way, I hope it ends up being good training for the three. It's going to be definitely testing them to see how much better they are. They're going to go up against them. They're going to realize, yep, there's still so much more I can learn and gain and working with my Pokemon and getting stronger. So this training arc was definitely necessary, but there's still room for growth. That's for sure. Gosh, this is such a really nice remix. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I love that. Can we get another Pokemon track? Something? Anything? I love the running joke lately about the Floragato versus a grass type, Quaxwell versus a water type, and Crocodile versus a dark flying type. Okay. Yeah, that is funny. Maybe we'll get that Skillydirge versus Charizard battle after all. Oh, not another Pokemon battle, but it's a nice Hateno Village remix. Okay. You guys got anything else for me? If they found Entei second, everything would have added up. That is true. You were so close. It could have been just a regular Moltres. And then it would have worked. But nope, they had to make it Galarian. Okay. I'm just rambling. I got distracted by something. Okay. Also kind of weird they're making Liko and Dot go up against the type they are. Like, wouldn't they swap to be the type disadvantage to help put pressure on the training more? Because Lapras is part ice, so grass would have been quad resistance. Yeah. That's a good point. I think they're just testing them out for now. To kind of just see where their progress is at. And how they're going to handle the rest of the heroes. Because Cleavor and Entei are going to definitely be hard ones to go up against, that's for sure. But Rayquaza is definitely... This Rayquaza is like level 1000, so they're going to need everything they can to go up against it. So, yeah. Anything else? Only Pokefan, I think you're the only one talking now, so it's basically just whatever else you got. Unless we get some more people up in here, yo. Because it looks like we had a few people show up here. I like that one frame of Liko that I have in my thumbnail, though. The bottom right. Really good screenshot I took. Also, I'm sad we're not battling on the airship with the heroes. It would have been hilarious to see them take up half the battlefield square because of their size. I was wondering how they were going to handle that, because I'm like, I I don't know how that's gonna work. I feel like it makes more sense that they're doing it on the ground or whatever. But yeah. Well, we have like 13 days until the next episode airs, so yeah, it'll be a nice little break while I work on my arc review. Which should be good. I can only imagine what they'd look like Dynamax. Good gosh. Yeah. I don't think Dynamax is going to be a thing, though. I feel like that opportunity kind of came and went since we left Galar. Gosh, that was such a good point. I didn't even realize that when we were in Galar. We didn't even touch the Dynamax or anything. I guess it makes sense since Terra is the focal point this generation. So it makes sense that it's getting extra focus, but yeah. Oh well. I just realized we went up to 38 votes, which I think is the most votes I have ever gotten in one of these streams. I have never hit 40. And we were really close to getting 40 votes. 37 people literally voted 10-9. One person voted 8-7, which goes to show how this episode was received. She could potentially later with Heteran, since she has a G-Max form, but I doubt it. I doubt it too. I kind of think we've kind of coming past that. We'd have to go back to Galar and get a Dynamax ban for Liko. And I kind of just don't feel like that's in the cards at this point. Okay. Anything else? I think we're kind of winding down to the point now that we kind of don't have many people here now. So I will give it maybe a couple more minutes and then I think we'll wrap things up. Especially since it's the only region exclusive gimmick, hence why in series that should not be named. Why the series that shall not be named, it was so underutilized. Yeah, you make a good point. It's just, yeah. I'm not expecting it at all at this point. I got to go eat lunch anyways. I'll post that person anipoke so you can keep an eye out. It's been fun talking. It's fun like always, my friends. Yeah, thank you so much, PokeFan, for joining. It's been a pleasure, and yeah, we'll talk again in the Discord. The Discords. So thank you. Okay, well, since PokeFan, you were the last person here, the last person speaking in chat, I think we can wrap things up here. Really close to hitting 40 likes. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Got 15 likes. Awesome. I was hoping for 20, but yeah, at least we got 15, so maybe we could have gotten 38 likes, just saying. But regardless, I'm satisfied with the stream, so let's go ahead and in the poll. So I think we know what this episode is going to be rated. Easy 10 out of 10 episode. It is my favorite episode of Horizons now. I thought episode 45 was going to be like a high bar. It was going to be a high bar to pass that one, but this one I think edges it out slightly. So, yeah. Great episode. Great end of this arc. I'll be doing an arc review. Not sure when I'm going to be putting that out. I'm going to try to get it out prior to the beginning of arc 4. So maybe like sometime second week October, I'll probably have that out. As the main focus right now on the channel is streaming Echoes of Wisdom. So yeah. Which we'll be streaming that tomorrow at 8 p.m. and also on Monday. So we'll be streaming a little bit more than usual since we have Echoes of Wisdom. And it's a pretty fun game. So, yeah. We'll be doing that tomorrow. So hope to see you guys there. So anyways, y'all, that's it for this stream. We'll end it with the Chrono Cross music playing in the background. And yeah, if you're still here, thank you so much for joining. You guys have a great day or night wherever you're at. Great day or night wherever you're at. And I will see you all later. Bye. So long. See you all later. Alligators. Alright, I'll shut up now. Bye, y'all.